Hola, what is up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. We got some tech backpacks to go over. I'm going over the Norwalk by Veto Pro Pack. They are a tool bag company mostly, but they've got into this lifestyle lineup where you're gonna see duffel bags, backpacks, toiletry bags, tech cases, and several other things coming down the pipeline. This one in particular, I kind of just wanted to show you guys what it looks like on me in use and how it fits my day-to-day as not only a business owner, but obviously a content creator, entrepreneur type of lifestyle, a lot of tech, laptops, chargers, camera gear, stuff that I would typically take with me on a daily basis. And this is a 20-liter backpack that they offer. It's super rigid, it holds its shape, it stands up, so it does a lot of things right, and I've been actually surprised with it. I've used it for a few days now, and you guys let me know what you guys are looking for in a backpack. If any of this that you see in today's video, what you like about it, what you don't like about it. There are room for improvements because there's not one bag that I've found yet, because I've been looking for the perfect backpack recently, because I want to carry a lot of tech with me now, and obviously for my business, like a laptop and tablet and other things. And I just feel like no backpack has been perfect. They're all lacking in one way or another. So I'm just here to show you what I found with this backpack in particular and how it's worked, in my day-to-day. And I think it's a pretty good, solid choice if you're looking for one. All right, so here is the Veto bag itself. This is more of a tech bag, laptop bag, business bag. If you guys do any kind of office work or just need your stuff on the go, like chargers, laptops, tablets, things like that. This is what this bag in particular is for. It is not a tool bag whatsoever, where their first attempt, the EDC backpack, the EDC LCB, was geared, like people have used it for tool bags, and it's held up pretty well. So I'm gonna just quickly go around the outside. So the padding on this, pretty well done. It's comfortable enough. I've never had too much of an issue with using it. I've used it throughout the week now. I just got this in. It does have this strap here for your luggage, so you're able to take this with you on your luggage handle and all that, just like you would a lot of other backpacks in this price range. It is a $200 backpack. You do have a clip here for easy chest strap, sternum strap, so that works very well. It's hinged here through the, oh, okay, that's adjustable. I didn't even realize that. I saw this little groove here, and I was like, what is that? That is actually where it can be adjusted up and down. Because I was like, this looks like a little like hair clip type of deal, right? And I'm like, oh, okay. So you got a adjustment. I'm pretty sure if you tried, that could come off. But that's kind of cool. I didn't even realize that was how you would adjust it, instead of having to take it off and move it down, the different loops or anything like that, or undo it. You just slide it up and down and kind of adjust it that way. Very minimal Veto branding. You'll see some of their name, but blacked out as well. So that's kind of cool. Around on the sides, so there is one feature that I really like on the Ridge backpack, specifically, the one that I got, that it has these magnets to kind of enclose some of the outside panels. So Veto has incorporated that. You can see where the magnet is stitched right here. So you do have that automatic closure when you're not using these side pouches, and you also have this zipper here to kind of secure that. Now the reason you'd want to secure it, you can put bottles in here, and it has this little lip here, so you can put a Stanley cup in here. So they purposely left that little slot there. That way, if you throw in a Stanley, the handle does not get in the way, and it can actually still hold that as you, walk around with this backpack. I also have a slightly larger one than the Stanley here. So if we put something a little bit bigger in there, it can accommodate, you know, pretty well. Very stretchy mesh here, pretty high quality in my opinion. So this is a pocket that I like to use for drinks here and there, right? If I need an energy drink, that's how that's gonna sit in there. I have these like real skinny Alani cans. I don't have any like monsters to show right now, but you know, that's gonna be held pretty well there. A fatter can obviously can be held there too. It's just gonna sink in a little bit more. They really wanted to utilize that for much bigger tumblers and, you know, all the stainless steel cups that everybody has. So that's how that works. So what I think is pretty cool is there's also like a little pouch here. So typically on my other backpack, I would throw my AirPods on the side, you know, pockets here, but there's an actual extra pocket here. So if you have something in this pocket specifically, I don't know, keys, AirPods, whatever it is that you need to put here that wouldn't go somewhere else, you don't lose that pocket for your drink. So I thought that was pretty cool. And you still get, you know, the enclosure. There's a magnet actually on the bottom and on top. So you have the same thing on this side. So I'm gonna show you really quick how I have this one specifically built out. It is me as a business owner that goes out and works in the field still, has to do a lot of back-end business stuff. And typically I record content on the go. So that all goes in my everyday backpack no matter what I use. So this one on this side, I typically keep open or unused for an energy drink of some sort. So basically in the morning or midday, I'll have a drink in there that's ready for me, you know, whenever I need to get to it. So that's that side. You do have the other side here where there's so many pockets on this one. That's what I really do like about this Veto backpack, where it keeps that minimalistic form and look, but there's so many little pockets, and Veto does that really well, if I'm being honest, because I've used so many of their tool bags. So on this side, we have basically the same compartment here with the magnets for the drink, so you can do it on either side. And on this side, I keep a Ugreen power bank. This one in particular is a 20,000 milliamp hour, 45 watt with a built-in cable that can be plugged into another charger to recharge this itself, or you can just plug it into your phone. I typically recharge my laptop with this, and this does and is capable of basically, you know, charging up any computer, laptop, or device that I have in this backpack. It has this little hidden display here when you push the button, so you know what amount is left in this charger itself. But I'll leave this one linked down below. It's been a really helpful just for camera gear and, like I said, my laptop and stuff like that. Not necessarily my phone all the time, but 45 watts is plenty, I think. And that's all that I typically carry on the sides. Now down in this area, you got a nice admin pocket. So you do have this zippered area here that I have a face shield in case I need that when it gets cold out. There is a key clip hidden in this pouch here. So I do have some spare keys and some keys for my mailbox. Things like that. This has like the webbing here on the side to kind of hold it open. If you open it, it just stays, it doesn't fall over. And you got, you know, your typical pen storage. I got a backup wallet. This is a Moft MagSafe wallet that I keep. This is cards that I would have in here in case I forget my wallet. So some backup credit cards is always a good idea there. I got a badge here for work. Some cash in this pocket over here. A bunch of pens and markers just ready to go that my kids always steal. And that's about it. You have, like I said, this pocket right here goes all the way to the bottom. So you got a nice separated pocket here that's a little bit mesh. It's a little bit see-through. And then you got all these pockets here that are very sturdy but stretchy as well. And then you have this other like hidden pocket here. And typically what I use these pockets for in any backpack, since it's I mean, it's still on the outside, but it's kind of hidden because you're not going to see it if you open it like this, is like my checkbook and other important, you know, things back there. So that's what I keep in that backpack right there. Just kind of important little things there that I don't want falling out. So now you also have this little pocket up here, which I think is pretty well thought out. This typically, especially like on their other backpacks, is like a sunglasses type of compartment here. So if we open this up, this one opens up all the way. And this part here is where your sunglasses would go. So that's protected. The only thing I've noticed is nothing in this bag has any sort of microfiber, soft touch to it, soft, you know, material. This is all, you can kind of hear it. I wouldn't say it's rough or it's going to scratch or anything like that, but it's not the softest. It's just durable material, you know, to say the least. So this one up here is a little bit different, but they have a similar compartment on their other backpacks. So typically what I like to keep in these kinds of bags is my spare sunglasses, or maybe when I'm not using them, this is where I'll store them away. Or I have these other eyeglasses that have these little, instead of clip-ons, because they're my prescription glasses, they are magnetic. So if I need sunglasses for my eyeglasses, they just clip on really quick. So they are technically clip-ons. I'll keep those in here. In this pocket, I typically keep, on any bag, my AirPods and keys. So this backpack is always with me, so I just figured I'd keep one of my sets of keys in here. That way, if I grab this backpack and I go out to my truck, I already have the keys. I can already push to start, unlock the doors automatically, whatever it is when I walk up to the truck. And I keep them easily accessible. On the other backpack, I had to keep them on the side because I didn't have something like this. Now this little thing is cool because it's a stretchy pocket. You can put something that you need easy access to and whatnot. And then this is another magnet, which I'm a big fan of magnets. So that is able to hold two things in place, because on the other ones that I've had that have something like this, and I put it here, specifically like AirPods, if it's wide open, it's going to fly over and slide over and kind of get lost if it's a little bit deeper. So I kind of like that they did a little separator there, so I can have my, you know, two small things easily accessible. Now this one has a wide base with a weatherproof, waterproof bottom here. Now it's soft, so it's going to be, to me, more comfortable, and it's wide enough to stand on its own. I've never had an issue with it falling over. This material is very rigid, as you can tell. Maybe too rigid, maybe not rigid enough, but I think it's a good in between. Mine, I want to say, it's just because it's kind of on the space, you know, more spacious side. When it got shipped, I think it was squished. It wants to stay that squished size. I don't know if it's supposed to be like that or not, but it would be kind of cool if it would hold its shape out like this, where it's a little more round, but it always wants to cave in like that. So spacious is what I'm trying to get at. If you open up the back here, I like this. This is very, very much enough room to kind of be able to see whether you have a larger laptop like I have here, or you have a smaller one, or maybe an iPad. This coming down almost halfway is a good idea, just to be able to see or dig around for something. Maybe you have something smaller. I have an iPad mini that I use too, but I typically keep that on the inside. But if you keep it back here, you're not gonna lose it as easily if this mouth right here is this big. So I have in this bag a Samsung Galaxy. I forget the name of this one, but it's been a really great laptop for me. I thought about reviewing it, but we'll see when I have time for that. This is basically a full keyboard with number pad. That's important to me when I'm doing my business stuff, being able to type as quickly as I can. So that is the laptop of choice for this bag. And you can put it back here. It fits perfectly fine. Typically on these bags, including this one, but I think it does a good job on both. This separated piece, whatever, you know, some of it's, sometimes they're mesh, sometimes they're like this, just a thick material. That's gonna have the false bottom. So there is more protection in here if you do drop it, which you can kind of tell that I've done that already. I've accidentally and purposely have dropped my bag on the floor, and coincidentally it was both on this side over here. So that has a false bottom. This back piece is not as protected, but on this backpack, you do get a little bit of a protection right here. So it's not that bad actually. So in other bags, I've heard my laptop hit the floor, but this one has pretty good protection with that false bottom. Now the main compartment over here, this zippers all the way basically to the base. We can open it, but it's gonna hold itself together. You may or may not like this. I would have loved if this was Velcro. So if there was a Velcro piece here that you could detach and let it open all the way, I think that would have been pretty great. You know, a version like that, because typically like for luggage purposes, like if you're traveling, maybe you want to do one backpack travel, you're not going for long, like a day or two, and you can get away with just this. I think it's a lot easier if you can open up the backpack, kind of like a luggage bag, right? So that would have been cool. So right now you have this that is going to hold it together. It's just this little, there's a hole in the bottom here, but that's what holds it together. But that helps you when you want to open it all the way and kind of leave it standing and not have this hit the floor. So in mine, okay, so I have the Magnetic Bag Company. This is their smaller bag. I've done a video on this one as well. This one holds all my camera gear, microphones, everything you can think of if I need to record, you know, the content that I record. So my Pocket 3, my action camera, like I said, microphones, cables, a backup charger. I can typically just take this bag and record whatever I need to record. This bag can be just taken out and used on its own. Now, you do get this pouch here, which, like I was saying, if you guys have an iPad, maybe on the smaller side, this would maybe be a better position versus letting it drop all the way over there in the laptop compartment. And I have both, so I've typically taken a laptop and my iPad, and I keep the iPad over here. There's another zippered pouch here that I'm not utilizing at the moment. I'm probably gonna throw, I think I need to throw some small tripod adapters and things like that, the quick connects for my cameras. I think I'm gonna throw them in here. Now what I think is genius on this one, I think I've seen it done before, but you usually have a compromise. So on this one, I showed you guys that I could have something out here, and you have an outside pocket, but you also have an inside pocket. So I keep my tripods in here. This is my phone tripod, and it's also meant for if you want to keep your drinks inside. So you don't have to use these outside pockets, because I do think it looks a little funny when it's extended out and you're walking around, unless you have a big cup to take with you. If you have something smaller like an energy drink or a soda can or a small water bottle, they have inside pockets too. So if you're not really utilizing this to the max, you can keep your drink inside. That would kind of help also if it's cold and you want to keep it cooler a little bit longer, or just not have it fall out or anything like that. You can have these inside pockets, which I think are great, because I modified my Ridge backpack to kind of do something like this for tripods. And I do have I do have a screwdriver in here, which comes in clutch a lot of the times, because the kids always need their batteries on their toys and stuff changed out. And then I have another like selfie stick on this side, and I am missing a couple little pieces for my camera gear, so I need to go and put them in here. But I thought that was genius, just having the two options. Why not have both? And someone like me, trying to do this on another backpack and using like Velcro and stuff, just having it built in so I can carry all these little tripod, selfie stick accessories and have them away from the main compartment here. So I can build this out and, you know, have my other bags or whatever I need in here, because I do have like we're going to take a trip pretty soon. I have my travel bag that has like, you know, my toiletry stuff and all that. I can have that here and have this bag, and everything else is out of the way if I do want to take everything. So you do get these zippered pouches here. They're mesh pockets, and typically what I like to keep on the bottom one are some chargers. So I do have some Anker ones. This is a nano that can do really well for, you know, your smartphones and small things. But if I need even more power, this is also Anker, just because they make so many variations and you're bound to find one that you like. And I do like that the prongs on this one can fold down. This one is a 67 watt. So, you know, this can charge or fast charge anything that I have in here, again, if I need to, my phone or anything like that. And I only need a couple of cables now to where I only keep this magnetic. I like that it rolls up and holds itself together. USB-C, it's a fast charger as well, so that coupled with that, or my Apple Watch, right? So I got the fast charger that comes with the Apple Watch now. So those are in this upper compartment, right? Cables, because, you know, I might need a cable here and there for in the car use, car chargers, things like that. And if I do need to plug into the wall, then I have these stored here at the bottom pocket. And that's about it. All of this is like super reinforced. You can see all the detail there, all the stitching everywhere, and it's been a pretty solid bag for myself. I don't even fully pack it out, but it is a 20-liter backpack, so it's been pretty good for you know, everyday use. I wish I had it a little bit sooner, because I did have some plane rides and trips and things that I had to do for like content creation stuff, where this would have been great to try at least, because I did make it work with my Ridge backpack. I modified it a little bit, but this one comes basically the way I think most people would need it. You have your admin pocket up front, easy to get to your pens, your keys, whatever it is in this pocket. The sunglass area is always neat to have. I typically, like I said, I'll throw in my sunglasses after maybe I don't need them, it gets dark, or I have earphones of some sort, AirPods, things like that up in here. The laptop accommodates big laptops, that like the one that I have, tablets, all that, and the inside storage, or the double can storage, right? Inside, outside. I use mine for tripods, so that's been a game changer. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, kind of showing what I carry as a content creator that does, you know, that's a skilled tradesperson, that's a blue collar worker. But I think you can relate just on the tech itself. It's a lot of camera gear. I think most of us would carry a screwdriver just to replace batteries, fix some things on the fly, you know, battery panels that have screws, stuff like that. So that's why I keep a screwdriver there. A lot of tripod stuff, camera gear, and a lot of chargers. This has been really comfortable, really nice. It's a little bit bigger than what I would need personally, but it holds everything nicely. And I'm actually going to take it on a trip in a few days where I'm going to load it out with like a travel bag for everything that I would need, like toothpaste, toothbrushes, all the stuff that you would normally take with you on a overnight trip. I can throw them in here and then throw some clothes on top, because I'm only going to be gone for basically a day. So kind of cool in that situation. And I think it's been super comfortable. It's a little rigid if you like that. It's like you can see right now, it's basically empty. I emptied everything out right now, and it still stands, you know, fairly well. So it's a very rigid, soft backpack, if that makes sense. If you guys are new here, you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. I go over a lot of tech and just, you know, kind of showing what I use on a day-to-day as a content creator, podcaster, just doing a lot of social media stuff and learning on the way. And you can learn with me, and I can tell you what maybe to not waste your money on. So make sure you subscribe, hit the like, all that good stuff. See you guys.